Are you tired? It's the heat. It's not you. It's not me. It's the heat. We're gonna be making a tire cake. I'm kind of excited about this video because I have never done this design before at all. I was asked to do a 2-tier tire cake for an ACV lever, which is basically like those 4-wheelers, you know, vroom vroom. It's gonna have a dirt road swiveling down the cake. It's gonna be like for the ultimate 4-wheeler road biker for so many. So if you haven't done so yet, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, press on the notification bell, and let's get started. You ever have a moment when you just don't know what to say? So I'm going to start off with the top tier of my 2-tier cake. This is a 6-inch vanilla cake. It is already filled with my vanilla buttercream frosting. And before carving into a cake, you want to make sure that you have completely covered it in a thin layer of buttercream and refrigerated it for at least 30 minutes to make sure that while you're cutting your cake away, that you have a good foundation. So you can see I'm kind of cutting out where I want my road to go, following the guideline of the cake already, only going in about an inch or so, because after all, the people came to the party for the cake, so we want to make sure that we give them cake, you know. I was really excited to see it on the inside because I just love layers. I didn't film it, but I did cover the exposed cake in some vanilla buttercream and let it set in the refrigerator once again for about 20 more minutes, and now I can cover the whole cake in my black buttercream. And I always use a Maricolor brand black gel dye. I've used it since day one. As you can see, it gets the buttercream super jet black. And if you need a recipe for buttercream, I'll leave everything in the description. I got you, don't worry. I'm using a small slanted spatula so that I can really get into the crevices of the cake. I want to get this frosting as smooth as I can, and then I'm going to let it set in the refrigerator while I work on the second tier. This is already, I just get excited. Don't you get excited when you see those sharp edges? So this is the 8-inch bottom tier. This is a chocolate and chocolate cake, meaning chocolate cake and chocolate frosting. And I'm going to carve out my road just like I did in the top tier. We want to make sure that it matches though. I'm going to cover this in a crumb coat of black frosting. I did smooth it out as best as possible, refrigerate it, and I went in once again with some more black frosting and I gave it that final thick coating. I probably honestly frosted the cakes 3 times to just make sure that it was a thick, good, smooth coat. Both of my cakes are in the refrigerator, and now I'm going to work on the treads of the tire, and this is what makes the tire cake look like a tire. I'm rolling out my black marshmallow fondant, and it is a little bit on the dry side. You can see that break apartish part, but that's okay because a lot of tires look a little bit dry rot. A lot of them been through some stuff, and you know, trying to keep it safe, they get a little dry out there. So that'll be fine. That'll be fine. I'm going to cut my fondant into strips. I believe these strips were about 1.5 inches wide. I'm going to cut them all the same length. I did not measure the length at all. I just knew that I wanted them to be all the same shape and size. That is the most important part. I'm going to cut each one on a bias at the top and bottom, and then cut that in half on a bias as well. So I'm using one piece, and I'm going to do this the long way and literally use that one piece as a template for my other pieces. And I did this a bunch of times, and I did it again and again until I knew that I had enough for the entire cake. But I didn't have enough, so I had to make some more. A couple of times, actually. The top row of treads will go in one direction, and then the bottom row of treads will go in the opposite direction. You can see that I have some space underneath that second row, so I did a third row. I made those treads go in the same direction as the first row of treads, but you'll see that later. I'm also going to give them a little bit of texture because of course tires are meant to grip that ground, so some texture is fine, and there are so many different patterns that you could do for tires, so whatever tickles your tire fancy will work. I'm going to move on to the 8-inch bottom tier cake, and I'm going to insert my bubble tea straws, which I use as dowels. To make sure that the top tier will be even, I just cut my bubble tea straw flush with the bottom tier, cut 2 more the exact same length, and then stick them right into the center of the cake. I want to jump ahead. You can see I didn't even decorate the bottom tier yet. I'm jumping ahead, and I want to go ahead and make that road. I just kind of need to see everything come together right now so that I can really visualize what's going on. So I saved some of that fudge frosting that I used for the bottom tier, and I'm going to coat the road and the border of the cake. This smell was just the smell of 1,000 smells. It smelled so good. It smelled like every grandmother or great-grandmother's home after church when she just finished slaving away making dinner and a cake from scratch, and she's about to have the whole family sit down and join hands in prayer. That's what the frosting on the outside of this cake smelled like. You should have some cake reserved. Hopefully you didn't eat it all. I'm going to take that chocolate cake and mix it with some black frosting. I'm going to crumble it up together, and I'm going to use this as the dirt road. I thought about using Oreos, then I said why? Why? I have all this chocolate cake. You can also take that dirt road and you can go all the way around the bottom base of the cake if you would like. I'm gonna do something different, but that's an idea for any of you who decide to make this cake. I finally reached the top of my cake, and I'm going to cover that in some chocolate frosting as well, and some more of those chocolate cake crumbs. Now this definitely needs a topper, so this cake got a 40 sign that I made out of fondant, and also a 4-wheeler. I did purchase the 4-wheeler off of Amazon because ain't nobody got time to be making no 4-wheelers out of no fondant. I'm sorry. No, but it was requested. So now I'm going to decorate the bottom tier. These treads are a little bit longer, and I did that on purpose because it's a larger cake on the bottom. The top layer of treads are going to face the left, if that makes any sense. You see how they're kind of slanted towards the left, and then that bottom row are going to be slanted towards the right. This is actually when I decided I needed to add that 3rd row of treads. Cutting each piece in half was perfect. And really, when it comes to a tire, you can't go wrong. Seriously, if you look up, I mean, I guess you can, but if you look up tire tread patterns, there are so many. You can literally pick any type of pattern that you would like. As long as it is consistent, it's going to look like a tire. This was something that I just came up with as I was making the cake. I have all of this super duper dry black fondant. I'm going to utilize it. I piped some of that black frosting around the border of the cake, and I let that black fondant dry out even more. I was able to crumble it up, and once I stick it onto that frosting, it is now rubble. The frosting is going to allow it to set into place, especially once it sets in the refrigerator for a little bit. And it's literally just perfect. It adds another element. It not only finishes that bottom tier off perfectly, but it gives the cake a nice edge. So I'm going to do the same thing on the top. I just want to give the cake a little bit of edge on the top. I'm going to apply some of that rubble to the top tier as well, and then stick in my toppers. So now when I put the 4-wheeler on top, it's not going to be sitting flat onto the cake. I also last minute, literally 10 minutes before I left the house, made little cardboard trees. I just felt like it was missing something on top. It looked so blank with just the car in the side. So on some cardboard, I drew out pine trees, and then I coated them in a little bit of corn syrup. And then I sandwiched that piece of cardboard in between green fondant. At that point, I was able to take some green gel dye and a little bit of alcohol, a paintbrush, and just dab on my green paint to make it look like pine trees. That finished the cake off beautifully. Because this cake is the same design from top to bottom, it looks so grand. It looks so large. I just love the way it turned out. Couture in a tire trail cake. Bye, guys. Let me know what you guys thought. The cake miso comment of the day is going to go to William Bilsters. I'm sorry, goodness gracious. On my corset cake video, William commented, "OMG, I'm liking her funny, haha energy. I couldn't stop laughing when you admitted to the overmixed batter and why there are holes in the cake. A question though, how many hours did this take you, or was it days? Looking forward to more of your content." Thank you so much, William. So that cake actually only took me a couple of hours. I baked the cakes the day before, which would have been 2 6-inch cakes and a 1/4 sheet cake. I baked those the day before. I made my frosting the day before as well, and I also made my fondant the day before. So on that day, I was able to just sit there and decorate the cake. It only took a couple of hours. It didn't take days, which was amazing. It was actually a very simple cake to do and a lot of fun. The one thing that took me the longest was making that Broncos sign, because you have to like literally carve it out. So at that point, yeah, it was probably like closer to 4 hours, but it was really just because of those letters. Everything else was pretty simple. When the camera goes out and you didn't know, so you were editing the video. So I'm just going to put another clip of me talking, one that you've already seen in this video. And I'm going to thank you guys so much for watching and ask that you please consider subscribing and commenting down below. I will see y'all in the next video. Bye, Cakenistas. When the camera goes out, you did. Oh no, I didn't know.